I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back to my channel. There's Ella saying hello. Today we're going to make, actually it's this evening, a cabbage soup. And I actually tried it from this restaurant around where I live, and it's so good. So I'm going to try to recreate it in my own way, but it's going to be really, really good. And we're going to use the Instant Pot probably. But I hope you enjoyed the recipe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And let's get started. I'm going to start with the Instant Pot because the recipe has shredded tasso. So I'm going to use this tasso, and it's already cooked, but I want it to be really shreddable. So I'm going to put it in the Instant Pot first. While this is going, I'll chop all my other vegetables for the soup. And you can put whatever you like in the soup. I love just plain ground meat and cabbage soup as well. But it's so good, and I really want to try it again. I'm having trouble getting this out. Didn't cut it well enough. You don't need a lot. I only have one head of cabbage, so that's what it looks like. And I need to use these up in my freezer. This is some Cajun sausage. It's actually, it's pork and beef sausage, actually. So I'm going to set this in here and make sure it's all, flat. I hope you can see that. And we're going to cook it. You could use water, but I'm going to use chicken stock, my favorite. I know I need to make my own, but this is what I use for right now. I'm just going to pour enough to cover it. And whatever I have left over of this juice, I'm going to be using in the soup as well. I don't usually like sausage in the Instant Pot, but I want it to be very tender for this recipe. So that was probably about 2/3 of the box. We're not going to put seasoning. The tasso is already seasoned. The sausage is already seasoned, so you really don't have to do anything to it. And you need to keep that in mind when you're cooking the cabbage, because the tasso and sausage have salt in it already. Okay, I'm putting it on. Here's the vegetables I'm going to use. So I may use a couple of these red potatoes. I haven't decided yet. But this soup I think it's super simple, and it's going to be very flavorful. But I'm going to use half of a poblano pepper. That's my new favorite lately. And this is a yellow onion. This is a red onion. This is a jalapeno that I took the seeds out. And here's my little cabbage. So I may put some little chunks of potatoes just to give it a little bit more body, since I put the sausage. And I'm going to chop these up. And I think what I'm going to do is, after the meat is done, I'm going to saute the onions. I'm sorry, I didn't show you guys this. I made a couple of bacon bits in the oven because I needed to use some bacon, and I have a little bit of bacon fat left in the pan, and that's probably what I'm going to use I'm going to saute my vegetables first. That's one great thing about the Instant Pot, is you can saute in it as well as pressure cook in it. I really, really like it. And the cabbage is going to take no time whatsoever. So I'm going to chop these, and so you have to watch my terrible knife skills. I will come back. I need a new knife too. These are my favorite. The Santico is what you call it, I believe. It's my favorite knife. I've been having this knife for so long, and I'm not very good at sharpening it, but hey, I can make it work. That's all that matters. I can even cut myself on it all the time. Okay, that's half of the yellow onion, and then I'm going to use this red. I like the combination of the onions. I'm not sure why. Today I went on a limb and I bought a white onion because they're so pretty, and I actually forgot what they taste like. So in my next recipe, I'm going to use a white onion. And this is how I cut my onion. I just slice it, I chop it this way, and then I cut it this way. And I just kind of go down, and when I get to the end, that's where I mess up. Like that. So I'm going to chop these vegetables, and my Instant Pot's almost done. And I believe I forgot garlic. Yeah, I'm going to chop these too. I just had to show you that because you probably think, oh no, she lost her mind. She forgot the garlic. But I got it in time, and it's going to be so good. I think I did it for, how long did I do it, Ella? 15 minutes or 12 minutes, but yeah, you can see it's going to be really tender. So I'm going to pull it out. Hopefully it'll be tender. And you know what? If it's not, you can still chop it up really finely, and it'd be just as good. I was just wanted to do the extra step to try to get it shredded like the restaurant did. And I'm definitely going to save this because this is going to go in the soup, this sauce. So let me let this cool off a little bit and finish chopping my vegetables, and I'll be back.
That was good.
Okay, I took the sorry about the angle. It's hard for me to film with, I think it's the tripod, I'm not really sure. But this is the, I cooked some, I guess you'd call them bacon bits, and I saved the bacon fat, and I'm going to put this on saute. I poured out the juice from the tasso and the sausage. We are definitely using that. You could actually just eat that for soup, but I got about, probably a tablespoon worth, as you can see that in here. I put it on saute. This is the broth that I saved from the tasso and the shrimp. I'm sorry, the tasso and the sausage. And look, it did make it more tender doing it in the Instant Pot, but I did not, it wouldn't shred, so I chopped it very fine because you want it to be all throughout the soup. Now I'm going to let this heat up. Oh, and here's the cabbage, and I chopped 3 little red potatoes because I think it needs a little bit more body. I mean, you could add carrots, but I don't want the carrots to take over the flavor. So I'm going to stick with the potatoes because this is my first time making this, so I think it's going to be really amazing. I know one important ingredient is black pepper. Let me see if this is, I'm going to add just a touch of olive oil on top of this. And once this heats up, I'll bring you back and we'll start sauteing. Look at all the onions and the jalapeno and poblano pepper that I chopped. It's going to be delicious. So I will be back. This is my first time making this soup. I want to do it in the Instant Pot just to test it. So I have the rest of this one that I'm going to use. And I bought this one the other day because it was on sale at Kroger. It's another kind of chicken broth. I like chicken stock the best, but I went ahead and got this one. Okay, let's put our vegetables in here. It seems like it's pretty hot. That's all. You don't have to use all these onions if you don't want to. And, you know, I didn't even add celery to this, which would be probably good. I have only liked celery in certain things lately. So I'm going to saute this for a minute. Oh, I missed some right here. I'm going to get it all out because the only thing about this recipe is you have to do a lot of chopping, that's for sure. This restaurant that I was talking about, they serve po' boys and all kind of, I think they have a soup of the day. And my brother and my dad say the soup is so good, so they brought me some the other day. And I said, you know what, I'm going to try to make my own. It was so good, so good. So this cooled my Instant Pot off, so you could also do this on the stove. But we're going to try it in the Instant Pot. And I have some garlic powder here, a little onion powder. And I'm going to also add just a little touch of ground thyme, salt and pepper, and just a tiny bit of my Cajun seasoning because the sausage in the tasso is seasoned, but all the other vegetables won't be. But be careful with the salt because I'm using salted chicken stock. So let me brown these or saute these for a little while, and we'll go to the next step. Or if there's a bit of bay leaf in here. Of course there. Oh, come on. I put too many vegetables in here, Ella. I went ahead and added some of my seasonings because you can season to your taste. I added my garlic. I'm going to saute these just a little while. And we're going to go ahead and get started and put this in an Instant Pot. It shouldn't take long at all. Yeah, saute them for about 5 or 10 minutes. It's quite a lot of vegetables, so it does take a little bit longer in the Instant Pot. And if you want to saute them longer, you're welcome to. But I'm going to go ahead and just throw all my stuff in, if it'll fit in here. So let's throw this in here. If I don't, I'm probably going to spill it all over the place. And I love cabbage. It's got a unique flavor. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all this in here, actually. What I'm going to do is start off with, sorry about the metal and the metal. I'm so sorry, but I have to get it. I'm going to squish this down. And we'll see if this works out. It's my first time making this way. Let's throw in that extra flavorful chicken stock that we made the sausage and the tasso in. And try not to spill it on yourself. We're going to throw the meat back in. And this was about probably maybe a pound of meat. It's not a lot, actually. And the fuller your Instant Pot is, the longer it takes to cook up the pressure. So I'm just going to put this here. I seasoned it a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more chicken stock. And the cabbage is going to shrink tremendously. So, and you're going to want extra flavor. So I went ahead and added this. This was 32 ounces that I used all together. So we're going to, and I seasoned it already with the salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Cajun seasoning, and salt and black pepper. And I believe this soup had a lot of black pepper. I need to fill my black pepper up. But we're going to do a little trick at the end to make it just a little richer. So let's put the lid on. If I could find what I did with it. Here it is. First you have to cancel the saute. I apologize if I'm sounding a little funny. I'm a little tired today. So we're going to put off. I'm going to hit the soup button. And it says 12 minutes. You know what? I'm going to go for 12 minutes and see what happens. So we'll be back. Say a prayer for me and we'll get to Okay, here's the soup. I added just a little extra toss on the top and some green onions just to make it look better because it's not a pretty dish. But let me tell you, this is so full of flavor. And if you like cabbage, you know, of course you have to like cabbage. But you could, it's delicious. All these ingredients together, I'm just so impressed with it. And to make it low carb, you could totally skip the potatoes. I just needed a little something else besides the cabbage. I didn't want to use carrots because I felt like carrots would take over the flavor. I really wanted the cabbage to stand out. And you can definitely taste the smoked meat. You could use any meat you want. But anyway, it's so easy in the Instant Pot. I hope you give it a try. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. And I'll look forward to seeing you again with more delicious recipes. Bye.